In the world of supercars, rivalries are born on racetracks. But this one started with an insult. Early 1960s Italy. Ferrari is untouchable, the symbol of speed, prestige, and racing glory. And at the center of it all stands Enzo Ferrari. Proud, stubborn, and convinced no one could match his machines. Then there was another man. Not a racer, not a designer, a tractor manufacturer. His name was Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ferruccio was rich, very rich. After World War II, he built an empire by turning military scrap into tractors. His business exploded, and with success came passion. Passion for fast cars. So he bought Ferraris. Not one, not two, several. But there was a problem. The cars were fast, beautiful, but they kept breaking. Ferruccio, a mechanical genius, decided to confront Enzo Ferrari himself. He expected a solution, maybe even respect. Instead, Enzo Ferrari looked at him and said words that would echo through automotive history. "You may be good at building tractors, but you will never understand Ferrari cars." That moment changed everything. Because instead of walking away, Ferruccio Lamborghini made a decision that would shake Ferrari to its core. He didn't argue. He didn't shout. He decided to build a better car. And with that, the most legendary rivalry in supercar history was born. Two men, two mindsets. To understand this rivalry, you need to understand the men behind the machines. Because Ferrari versus Lamborghini was never just about cars. It was about philosophy. Let's start with Enzo Ferrari. Enzo lived for racing. Formula One was not marketing for him, it was religion. Road cars were simply a way to fund his racing obsession. Comfort? Luxury? That was secondary. If a Ferrari was difficult to drive, Enzo believed that meant the driver wasn't good enough. Ferrari cars were raw, loud, demanding. They were built for those who wanted to feel like racing drivers. Now compare that to Ferruccio Lamborghini. Ferruccio loved speed, but he also loved comfort. He believed a powerful car should be smooth, reliable, and enjoyable to drive every day. He didn't care about racing trophies. He cared about the customer experience. To Ferruccio, Ferrari cars were impressive, but flawed, too loud, too stiff, too unreliable. In simple terms, Ferrari built cars for the track. Lamborghini wanted to build cars for the road. Two Italians, two egos, two completely opposite visions of what a perfect sports car should be. The clutch problem and the breaking point. Ferruccio Lamborghini wasn't just a customer complaining. He was an engineer. Every time one of his Ferraris broke down, he didn't send it to a mechanic. He opened it himself. And that's when he noticed something shocking. The clutch inside his Ferrari was almost identical to the clutch used in his tractors. Cheap, overworked, and clearly not designed for aggressive driving. So Ferruccio did what few people dared to do. He went straight to Enzo Ferrari. He explained the issue calmly. He even suggested improvements. What happened next became legend. Enzo Ferrari didn't appreciate being corrected, especially not by a tractor maker. He dismissed Ferruccio completely and questioned his ability to understand sports cars. That was the breaking point. Ferruccio Lamborghini left that meeting furious, but focused. He later said something powerful. "I realized that if I could build tractors, I could build cars, and I would build them better." Within months, he bought land in Sant'Agata Bolognese. He hired some of the best engineers in Italy, many of them former Ferrari employees. And in 1963, Automobili Lamborghini was born. This was no hobby. This was personal. Ferruccio wasn't trying to copy Ferrari. He was trying to beat Ferrari at its own game. And Ferrari had no idea what kind of monster it had just created. Lamborghini enters Ferrari's territory. Ferruccio Lamborghini moved fast. This wasn't a rich man's experiment. This was a calculated attack. In 1963, Automobili Lamborghini officially opened its doors in Sant'Agata Bolognese, just a short drive from Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello. That location wasn't accidental. It was a message. Ferruccio hired the best minds he could find, engineers who knew Ferrari from the inside, men who understood what Ferrari did well and exactly where it failed. The goal was clear. Build a grand touring car that was powerful like a Ferrari, but smoother, quieter, and more reliable. The result was the Lamborghini 350 GT. It didn't scream for attention. It didn't chase racing glory. Instead, it shocked critics by being refined, comfortable, and beautifully engineered. Ferrari owners started to notice. For the first time, Ferrari wasn't the only Italian dream car. There was a new name in the conversation, one that listened to customers instead of challenging them. Ferrari had dismissed Lamborghini as a tractor maker. Now that tractor maker was stealing Ferrari's buyers. The Miura shockwave. And then Lamborghini made a move that would change the entire supercar world forever. In 1966, Lamborghini dropped a bomb. It was called the Lamborghini Miura. At first glance, it looked unreal. Low, wide, and aggressive. But the real shock was hidden underneath. The Miura placed its engine behind the driver, a layout used in race cars, not road cars. This wasn't just a new model, it was a revolution. The Miura became the world's first true mid-engine supercar. And overnight, Lamborghini went from a Ferrari alternative to Ferrari's worst nightmare. Ferrari was caught off guard. Enzo Ferrari had always believed mid-engine layouts were too dangerous for road use. But the Miura proved him wrong, publicly. Suddenly, Ferrari looked conservative. Lamborghini looked fearless. The Miura didn't just compete with Ferrari, it embarrassed it. Ferrari was forced to respond, eventually changing its entire design philosophy. The rivalry was no longer personal, it was technological. From this point on, Ferrari and Lamborghini weren't just building cars. They were racing to define the future. Decades of war, style versus soul. The following decades turned the rivalry into a cultural war. Ferrari doubled down on racing. Formula One became its battlefield. Cars like the Testarossa, the 288 GTO, and later the legendary F40 reinforced Ferrari's identity. Raw, aggressive, and born from the track, Ferrari didn't care about being comfortable. It cared about being the fastest. Lamborghini took the opposite path. In the 1970s, it unleashed the Countach, a car that looked like it came from the future. Sharp angles, scissor doors, insane proportions. The Countach didn't just outperform Ferraris. It dominated pop culture. While Ferrari ruled racetracks, Lamborghini ruled imagination. Posters on bedroom walls, music videos, movies. Lamborghini became the symbol of excess and rebellion. But behind the scenes, Lamborghini struggled. Financial crises, ownership changes, and instability almost killed the brand more than once. Ferrari survived by sticking to racing. Lamborghini survived by refusing to be boring. By the 1990s, the rivalry had evolved. Ferrari was the soul of motorsport. Lamborghini was the soul of madness. Two brands, two philosophies, still chasing the same goal, to be the ultimate expression of speed. And the war was far from over. The modern era, evolution, not peace. As the new millennium arrived, the rivalry didn't cool down. It evolved. Ferrari entered the modern era with precision and discipline. Every new model was sharper, faster, and more technologically advanced. Cars like the Enzo 458 Italia and LaFerrari showed Ferrari's direction clearly. Hybrid technology, Formula One influence, and absolute performance. Ferrari became selective. You didn't just buy a Ferrari, Ferrari chose you. Meanwhile, Lamborghini was reborn. In 1998, Lamborghini was acquired by Audi, and for the first time, chaos met German engineering. The madness stayed, but the reliability improved. Models like the Gallardo, Aventador, and later the Huracan transformed Lamborghini into a global powerhouse. And yet, the philosophy never changed. Ferrari refined. Lamborghini shocked. Ferrari focused on lap times and legacy. Lamborghini focused on drama, sound, and presence. Even today, with Ferrari's SF90 and Lamborghini's Revuelto, the rivalry isn't about who's faster on paper. It's about who makes you feel more alive behind the wheel. Who is winning today? So, who's actually winning this war? On paper, Ferrari sells fewer cars but makes more money per car. Its brand is more exclusive, its waiting list longer, its customers fiercely loyal. Lamborghini, on the other hand, sells more cars than ever. It dominates social media, celebrity garages, and pop culture. Lamborghinis are louder, visually and emotionally. Ferrari wins on heritage and racing DNA. Lamborghini wins on presence and emotion. One brand makes you feel like a professional driver. The other makes you feel like a rock star. And maybe that's the real answer. There is no winner. Because without Ferrari, Lamborghini wouldn't exist. And without Lamborghini, Ferrari would never have evolved. The irony ending. The rival that made them great. Here's the greatest irony of all. Enzo Ferrari never wanted competition. He believed Ferrari was untouchable, but his arrogance created the one rival that would challenge him forever. Ferruccio Lamborghini never wanted to race Ferrari, he just wanted a better road car. Yet his rebellion reshaped the supercar industry. Ferrari taught the world how to race, Lamborghini taught the world how to dream. And for over 60 years, they've pushed each other forward, faster engines, bolder designs, impossible innovation. This wasn't a rivalry built on hate, it was built on pride. And because of it, the world got some of the greatest cars ever made. But here's the truth. Final hook, the war isn't over. This rivalry isn't history, it's still happening. Electric supercars, hybrid monsters, a future Enzo Ferrari could never imagine. So the real question isn't Ferrari or Lamborghini. The real question is, which one would you choose? The machine built for perfection, or the machine built to break rules? And if you enjoyed this story, subscribe, because next time we're diving deeper into the moments when this rivalry almost destroyed one of them forever.